Okay, morning guys, Michelle here again. This morning, another morning in Ghana. My name is Michelle, teacher who taught in the US, moved to Ghana last year, and I am sharing with you my experiences. This morning I want to talk to you about water, a very important item. So why do I think water is important? When I left, or before I left Jamaica, I never thought about buying water. I just go to the pipe, sometimes maybe just cut my hands under the pipe, whether in the bathroom or the kitchen or wherever, and drink some water. And we did that anywhere. If I was at school, I didn't think about the quality of the water, right? So when I went to the US, you're cautioned. I do know that there are persons in the US who drink water straight from the tap. I just was not confident enough about that, especially knowing that it differs depending on where you are in the US. I just didn't try to figure that out. So every time I drank water, it was water from a bottle, right? That I purchased. When I came to Ghana, I didn't sit and think out everything. I knew there are issues with water. We were cautioned about water. The person I stayed with first, and it set up a way. Well, water was running through the pipes. Definitely not drinking it. And believe you me, when you saw the water coming from the pipe, you would not want to drink the water. Especially when water went away for a while and came back, it had this reddish, like a red dirt residue that was in it. But you could not tell if the water was pure any at all. It just didn't look clear. So that was not an option, drinking from that. So there was bottled water. And there was also bag water. Now bag water we used to drink. Some persons don't like drinking it, they only stick to the bottled water. But I think in this case it's a matter of preference in terms of taste. Some persons have no problem drinking from the bag water. I drank both, the water in the bottle as well as the water in the bag. What I want to discuss now is not just your choices, because I'm going to talk about the choices, and here the choices no only matters based on taste. I don't want anybody to say that I'm saying one water is bad and one water is good. All I'm giving here are choices. I don't drink the water from the tank. I have a borehole, water is pumped into the tank, I don't drink it. Now something that woke me up to be very careful, or reminding me that I need to be careful of what I drank and think seriously about the cleanness of the water. And that was what led up to me losing, I think I'm almost positive I've lost about 30 or 30 something pounds. When I got here I was around 160, 55, 58 pounds. And I think I told you guys already that I caught malaria twice. The first time, the doctors that I went to just did a malaria test and gave it to me, and gave me the prescription, give me a prescription drug. I don't want to go through telling you how awful it is, but he gave me the prescription drugs for the malaria, and I think only the test for malaria was done. I felt so sick taking the tablets, the pills, so much so that after taking it for a day, I just decided I wasn't going to take it anymore. And after I stopped taking it, let me tell you, Tuesday I went to the doctor. Monday I felt awful. Tuesday I went to the doctor. Wednesday I took the tablet. Thursday I stopped. Friday I was up. Shockingly. So I would say I wasn't sick for any length of time, but it seemed that I lost a lot of weight. Then I was okay for some weeks, probably over a month, and then I started feeling sick again. And guys, please think about the fact that during this time I kept getting bitten by the mosquitoes. It was so bad on my legs that I remember I went into a Seibu and was asking about the mosquito nets, and I was told that they don't really sell it. So the lady, one of the sellers, one of the ladies down there saw my legs, and I think she felt sorry for me, and she promised that she would get 2 without any expense. She's not charging me for it. She just gonna get her, ask her daughter to get 2 of the mosquito net sandwich. It turned out that I only get 1. The second one I got was from a guy I regularly use on a Bobaya. His mother promised me 1, so I ended up with 2 mosquito nets, and I've been using them since. But the malaria, of course, comes from being bitten by an infected mosquito. The second time I took sick, it was longer. I ended up in the hospital. They did 2 or 3 tests. I don't remember the third one, but I remember it was the malaria and it was pylori, right? So for that one is what I don't know. They tested specifically for pylori, or they just did a bacterial thing, and it turned out that I had pylori. I don't know, thousands of strains of bacteria. What I realized from it, and it's not when I got sick that I realized it first. In fact, I was wondering why I wasn't told that the first time, because my granddaughter caught malaria before me, and one of the problems was the same pylori and how many bacteria in our blood, and that came from negligence, because I was told they sell ice block. So we frozen ice, they call it ice block specifically here. And I bought ice block, took it home, broke it up, put it in our containers and just drinking the water like that. Or put it in our juice and just drinking the juice like that. And even when, and I could beat myself, even when there were times when we chop up the ice and we see some little browny or yellowy residue, we just ignore that part and use the part that didn't look that way. It was a friend who said, you have been drinking the water from the ice, you have been using the ice. And I'm saying, yeah, you can't. You don't know where they got the water from. The ice was just to, you throw your bag water on it, put it in an igloo and put your bottles of water or your bottles of juice and whatever in it, or your meat. But usually you have to put, I always put my meat in bags. It's just that because I put water in it, I don't want the smell of the meat just running out of the plastic in the igloo. So I stopped putting in the chicken in the bag or whatever meat in the bag in the igloo. I put it in a container. But guys, the bacteria, all those bacteria, it seems came from the ice block that we were using, like we'd use regular ice. So having told that story, this is just to tell you that you have to be careful about the ice block. Don't water in general, don't just drink water anywhere, don't just drink water from your tank or anything like that. And I know some persons are saying, gee, she never know that. Yeah, I didn't think about it. Maybe if somebody had mentioned it, I'd say, yeah, I know, I understand. But I really didn't think about it. It was really, let me not call myself stupid. It was really a stupid thing to do. Alright? Okay, I had to pause. I was sweating like crazy. And I forgot that since I had a generator on, I can actually turn on the fan. So I turned the fan on. Yes, So when it comes to choices now, it boils down to taste. Some water when you taste it, because even I normally drink this one, for example. What's the name? Aquafil. I normally drink. This is the one that the friend who I stayed with when I came here, this is the one she bought most of the time and drank. Her husband drank it, everything. She used it to wash her meat, cook her food, like when you're cooking rice and so on. I think in some cases she would like wash the meat with the regular water, then final wash with the bag water. But even this that I've been using since I got here, we got 2 bags recently, and when we were drinking it, there was this dirt taste. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like when you're eating things and you taste it, whether drinking or eating, you have a taste like you're smelling something. So you see like how the rain smells when it just starts falling and hits the dirt? That's the kind of smell we got from this. And I don't feel like I was smelling it, but it gave me the taste of that smell, or the smell of that taste. I'm sure you'll understand, but it just smelled like dirt. It didn't taste dirty, it didn't taste bad per se, but I got that kind of feeling that I was smelling dirt. But I still mostly stick to this. I'm a setter. So if I start using something, I go somewhere and I scout out one bathroom in a, what you call now, a bathroom with different, what you call that now, sections. So 5 bathroom in the public area, and I find one to the back that I was comfortable using. If I am at that place for 5 days, that's the bathroom I'm going to wait on, even if all the others is available. It's just something with me. When it comes to my hair, if somebody is doing my hair, that person does my hair for years, that person does my nails for years. I'm just like that, right? So something drastic has to happen for me to stop using the water, this particular water. I have drunk one by the name, I think, Crystal, that tasted like real spring water. And after we got one, I think about 1 or 2 bags of it. And when I say bag, it's a bag with about 24 or more of these individual packets, right? It's a long bag. I haven't seen it since. Not that it's not around, just that in my location I haven't seen it. I haven't gone to look for it either. I wouldn't, right? If I see it, I'll purchase it, but that's it. And then there is a Crystal. The only one I tasted once and I don't really like how it tastes is Baltic. And please guys, I'm not saying Baltic is bad. It's just based on my taste, I didn't like the taste, right? And I do know of a couple of other persons who feel like I do. They don't really like the taste of the Baltic, so they don't really buy it. So I don't buy the Baltic. They have the bottled water for it and they have the bag waters for it. When it comes to bottled water, there's one that is called Verna and another one they call Slim Fit. Those, you don't have no funny taste, you don't have no aftertaste, that they're okay for me. But there is a wide selection of bottled water, and those persons who want to come and try those that I mentioned, then you branch out toward maybe when you come and you taste those you don't really like the taste of it, and you can try the others. But there's a wide variety of bottled waters as well as bag waters. Recently now, a friend of mine, he did a tiling. So those who know and have seen the other videos, Simon reached out to me and asked me to try bag water. So he brought this to me, Arctic. And Arctic tastes like, natural spring water. So the Arctic, once it's available, is something that this is the first time I'm seeing it, to be honest. But it seems he mentioned it because he has a friend who packages it, bags the water and sells it. So he asked me about it, and I told him that I'd try it, and he brought a bag of it. So I did it. Yes, it reminds me of the crystal, so it is okay. I've not had any adverse effects from it or anything. I don't think the bag of water, I've never heard of anybody having any problems with it. But the important thing about this particular video is my experience with drinking water from the ice. The fact that it's not, you don't know where the water is coming from, right? And there is a large selection of bag waters and bottled waters, and what we use the bag waters for, I don't know what anybody else uses it for except those persons who have been around me, and I don't talk about things that I heard of per se. I usually go with things that I've seen for myself. So the persons that I've seen have used the bag waters to wash the rice, wash the meat, and so on. So it's just me this recap it, right? And some persons drink it, some persons don't like the taste of any bag water, and they don't trust it, so they don't drink it. That's just what I got from some of the conversations I myself heard. I do know a lot of persons who drink it. 90% of the persons who I interact with, who have been in their space and they, I see them using water, they use the bag water, so the same thing I do. Right? So this is me sharing about water here. Please nobody go and say I say water in Ghana is bad. I'm not saying water in Ghana is bad. My experiences in Jamaica is different from my experiences in Ghana. I didn't think about boiling water until after a hurricane in Jamaica. And let me tell you the truth. You see, after I boil it the first couple of times, I can't bother. Didn't. And I've never been sick from it. In a sense, I guess that is taking it for granted that the water is clean. And it could very well have been not clean. And it makes me think that the water here, while it makes me sick, or I got sick from it, or I got bacteria from it, whichever way you want to look at it, the persons who live here have drunk it for years and nothing happened to them, right? Because we have all of the stories about some of the conditions of the water that people on the continent, residents of the continent, have had to drink just the same. Some of them are sick, some of them not so sick, some of them, you know the story, right? So we're not going to get into that. This is my perspective, my experience again. And this is Michelle again. I have some things to do today. I have a laptop that is not working since I got here. I've just spent over $1,000 to replace it. And the Surface Pro 7 that my daughter I get upgraded, well, she upgraded to the 7 from one that she had before, years before. And it was a used one when I bought it. And me now, with my big ambition, said, okay, I'm going to upgrade to a Surface Pro 11 because I'm going to Ghana. And the things I want to do, I know I'm going to need a laptop. So I upgraded. Not working. So that's another expense. I have to try to figure out. It has been that way for now most of the time since I've been. Because it worked for the first couple, like 3 or some months. And then for some reason it stopped working. Now my older daughter who does business on the computer a lot, we were fretting that it was because it's an older model and it was used when she bought it as well. So we were thinking of, since mine stopped working, switching her business programs and software and so on to Carissa's laptop, only to find out after she used it twice that it stopped working. So we are running into Cape Coast. I identify a shop there. It was Otto who given the, I don't even know if it's the same place as home, but there's a computer place in Cape Coast that we're going to try and find out if they can be fixed and the cost, what it's going to cost us. I may only be able to get the cost, but at least I'll know what I need to, save to get it sorted out. Oh yes, so I'll see you again in another video. This is Michelle from Ghana.